Thank you very much, Jeff. It's wonderful to be here. Bonsoir tout le monde. So I have to warn you, my remarks tonight are grounded on Earth. I know you're very anxious for the astronauts, but bear with me a little bit. We're going to talk about what's happening on our planet right now. As Jeff said, I'm very privileged to be the CEO of Invest in Canada, Canada's national investment promotion and attraction agency. My team works directly with global companies, like many of you in the audience, providing customized service to support their investment and expansion into Canada. Je suis ravie d'être ici avec vous ce soir à Singapour. We are very pleased to be here again in Singapore because, as you already know, Singapore is the crossroad of Asia. Like Canada, Singapore is a welcoming, multicultural society with an openness to trade and investment and a commitment to friendly relations with like-minded countries. So, of course, it's wonderful to be back. I want to thank the Asia Pacific Foundation for hosting the Canada and Asia Conference 2025. It's a fantastic opportunity to discuss important topics, such as the panel on agriculture I participated on earlier today, and we had a great conversation today. Tonight, I am very honored to address this group of distinguished leaders from business, government, academia, and beyond, from Canada and across Asia, and to reconnect among friends and allies. While I lead a national organization and currently make my home on the East Coast, I have lived and worked across our great country. And you only need to look at a map to see Canada's connection to the Pacific and to this region. 1 in 5 Canadians have family ties to this region. The Indo-Pacific is our second largest export market, responsible for more than $225 billion in two-way trade in 2023 alone. Canada and most Indo-Pacific countries share a vision for rules-based trading systems, something that's very important right now, openness to foreign direct investment, and human rights and freedoms. I'm getting to a really important part for the audience, so we got to listen up. As we gather here, this global system of free trade is under pressure, and Canada certainly is feeling those strains. You've all seen the headlines and are all well aware that President Trump has already announced tariffs on steel and aluminum entering the United States, and there is still uncertainty on whether tariffs on other Canadian exports will follow. Let me cut to the chase. I know there is nothing businesses hate more than uncertainty. And unfortunately, until we get clarity on tariffs, that uncertainty will remain. However, I believe that Canada has the opportunity to emerge stronger from this challenge because the very best of Canadians is on display at this very moment. I also know that many global companies continue to see Canada as a secure, stable, and welcoming place to make long-term investments. I say this with confidence because I regularly speak to CEOs from across the world in a range of sectors, including several who are here with us tonight. We know that you look beyond the short-term headlines when considering long-term investments, and what I hear consistently is that what companies look for is what Canada already has: talented workers, unparalleled resources, strong trade relationships, economic stability, and a commitment to sustainability. Canada's value proposition is as compelling as ever. For the Canadians in the room, I want to highlight a few numbers that show global companies recognize the opportunities Canada offers. Canada attracted more than $62 billion worth of FDI in 2023. That's 15% higher than the 10-year average. We saw a 102% increase in sustainable investments. And this success is not simply a one-time thing. Canada ranked among the top 4 of the OECD for FDI inflows for the 3rd year in a row and consistently ranks top 3 for investor confidence. The largest share of those dollars came in the form of reinvestment, showing that companies who choose Canada not only find success, but double down and invest again. We see this momentum right here in Asia. Two-way FDI flows between Canada and Asia-Pacific economies exceeded $35 billion in 2023, an 18% increase from the previous year. FDI inflows from Japan, Malaysia, Singapore, and South Korea all increased, with Singapore and Indonesia seeing over a 222% year-over-year growth. Let me just highlight a few Asia-based companies making major commitments to Canada. Japan-based firms continue to expand, with Honda and Asahi Kasei among the latest investors. South Korean companies are making major investments in our EV battery supply chain, including Nexstar Energy, LG Energy Solutions' $5 billion joint venture with Stellantis in Windsor, the massive $40 billion LNG Canada project in Kitimat, backed by leading energy firms from Malaysia, China, Japan, and South Korea, is expected to begin shipments this year. And Singapore remains Canada's largest source of FDI from Southeast Asia, with $9 billion invested in 2023 alone. Those of us in Atlantic Canada know the importance of Singaporean investments, as PSA International operates both container terminals at the Port of Halifax. Throughout my travels, I encounter misconceptions about what Canada is all about, so I'd like to debunk 3 of them. First, that Canada is far away from Asia. We are closer than you think. Our West Coast ports bring Asian markets close to home. Prince Rupert, BC is the fastest North America gateway to Osaka and Busan, beating Los Angeles by 3 days. And the Port of Vancouver remains one of North America's continent's largest ports by volume. Second, and someone raised this with me today, that Canada is a high-tax country for doing business. Take another look. At 14.5%, Canada's marginal effective tax rate for new investment is among the lowest in the G7, below the US and the OECD average. Canada offers additional tax advantages on capital investment, machinery, equipment, and clean energy. For instance, our new clean economy investment tax credits increase the projected value of green projects by more than 50% over their lifetime. Third, that Canada looks primarily to Europe and the United States. Canada is a Pacific nation. Our relations with the US and Europe are important, but some of our greatest growth opportunities are in the Indo-Pacific region, with fast-growing economies such as the ASEAN. And that's why so many Canadians are here with us today. We have a generational opportunity before us. Canada has what the world needs, and Canada has what this region needs. So next time you hear those misconceptions, I hope you will challenge them. I've given you the ammunition. In closing, I want to leave you with just a couple of takeaways about Canada as an investment destination. Talent continues to be a key driver in every decision. Canada has the best in the world when it comes to talent, thanks to the most highly educated workforce in the OECD, and thanks to the universities that are partners with at this event today. Canada has a wealth of natural resources that can help feed and power the world. Energy, including critical minerals, LNG, renewable electricity, and agriculture crops, are all in high demand and in abundant supply in Canada. And our free trade agreements across the region are game changers for investors, ensuring that doing business in Canada means access to the Asia Pacific and beyond. Sometimes you might think we only have one free trade agreement, but we have 15 free trade agreements with 51 countries, not just one. Le Canada reste un choix privilégié pour l'expansion des entreprises internationales. Canada does have what the world needs, but now more than ever, Canada needs champions, and that's where all of you come in. For business leaders considering expansion, consider Canada. For Canadians in the room tonight, help spread the word. Share Canada's story with your networks. And if you have investment leads, reach out. At Invest in Canada, we are ready to help make your project a reality, working alongside our partners and many partners across the country. Together, I know that we can help global companies make Canada their second home. C'était un grand plaisir d'être avec vous ce soir. Profitez pleinement de cette belle soirée. It's been a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Enjoy the rest of your dinner. Thank you. Merci.